They come marching in. There are dragoons that have their muskets on tripods. The muskets are they're some sort of gun on tripods. Their guns are facing up, but they're standing there and they seem to be waiting. There are four men wearing Nalbrenese style full plate. There are some Nalbrenese wolfhounds. Galath, give me a knowledge nature.
Ha 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 ha.
Those are small, hairy ponies of halfling descent. The half-folk of the far westerly. Where ride them into battle.
7, yes.
Okay, they're Nalbrenian wolfhounds.
Okay, yeah.
Well, you have lots of handle animal, don't you?
Yeah.
Give me one of those.
I know a lot about animals. Not a lot about plants. 32.
Nalbrenian wolfhounds are called that because they're used to hunt wolves or to like guard against wolves. They hate wolves.
Okay.
I like these donkeys.
So
In fact, they might have like a racial hatred against wolves.
Plus 1 attack to wolves or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Nice.
Hey, Poochie.
But you enter into the throne room and you could see that that your brother's sitting there. Your brother is in breastplate armor. He has a dark wood stock of a musket across his lap, and what looks like a double-barreled pistol just sort of resting in his hands at the side of his side of his seat.
Oh no, he's retarded. Oh no.
What's that?
Oh no, he's retarded. Oh no.
Like all the rest of them, he's given in to weakness.
They gave up the ways of the lance for the fucking no bonus damage pistols. No.
Wait, you can't deadly aim with the?
I mean, yeah, you can, but you're not getting any.
It's not the same as a spirited charge, so you use it with power attack.
He does have a sword at his belt. Like.
Oh, okay, all right.
But even the sword has a gun in it. It's a gun blade.
Slice.
Stupidest weapon ever designed.
The doors,
Okay.
the doors with a sound that kind of opens up to the tension in this room. Crack open as the bishop and his guards are striding forward. There's this hunched over thing in the corner, and you can see that she's trying to like wipe something off of her hand onto the stone wall. She's dressed under many layers of clothing. Maybe her final layer may have been a bodice that might have kept a much younger, more beautiful woman kind of in place. Now it just sort of looks like it's making it hard for her to breathe. It's what you catch a glimpse of, and she's just wiping some sort of sludge that's on her at the end of her long fingernails onto the wall. Your brother seems to be ignoring her. Like visibly in his chair, kind of sitting there, so he's blocking out her view with his hand up.
We'll start walking down the pathway.
The warriors do not have shields. They have
Death wish.
they've got great swords that they're leaning on. The great swords.
This place is all backwards.
The great swords are live.
Okay.
As Galath. What do you mean it's all backwards?
No shields, no lances, no horses. What's wrong with these people?
Right. The bishop walks up behind you and he nods to Lord Marshal. You can hear the doors closing. What are Altagar and Oberon doing?
He's gonna try and sneak. Oh, there's guards in the way.
Yeah, well, they just kind of they're standing there. You can get in. Oberon just
Yeah,
flies high
he
up
gets in.
over.
He's gonna try and get in.
If only they could see the balls right over their heads.
All right, so you still got the cannon over your arm, Mark?
No, he left it. But he
you
left it
you left
behind.
it?
No, it's
Okay.
just
An intimidation tactic, just because it was funny.
Okay. Lord Marshal.
drop the cannon on his brother. Boom.
May I present to you the one that has appeared at the gate? This is what the Bishop Duncan is saying. He claims that he is your brother, Galath of Caerbran, knight of the House of Arcturus, and bearer, and he actually lifts your silver hand if you let him, and bearer of the penance of Noara Silverhand himself. I have prepared to cast, and he just waves his hand, he holds his hand up. I don't need a spell to know that this is my brother. He seems to bow and, like, as you wish. Many days, years even, the seasons turn, and yet you are not to be found. Where have you been hiding?
Hiding? No. Where other worlds? And if you wish someone to blame the Merlin.
His eyes narrow at the mention of the name.
No, I'm not speaking in riddles.
Give me a sense motive.
Okay. $24.
After you mentioned Merlin, he kind of glanced through his fingers. Like one side, he was kind of like trying to block the view of whatever gross thing that she was doing. But he did glance through his fingers towards her at the mention of the name Merlin. You've got her attention as well too.
Merlin? Did you say Merlin?
Live it.
Forgive my ignorance of the situation, brother. King, who is this one to speak over us?
She is an old crone that has proven her worth many times.
Does she not know to bite her tongue when kings and knights converse?
There are no kings here, brother. Much have changed.
Yet you have crowns. They say you are a king of 6 crowns.
Some people, it takes longer for them to realize the changes amongst them, and I have to remind them of the crowns that I have in my collection, but I wear none, as I am not a king. I am Lord Marshal of Nalbren.
Lord Marshal. I've not heard this title before. It comes from beyond the sea, does it not?
Comes from further than that, brother. Much has changed. Much has changed. And he's now looking you over.
Yes. 2 years seems an awfully long time. But it does my heart good to see you. I had wondered if you were still alive after all this time.
Still alive? Of course.
Well, the last I saw you, fire and steel rained from the oceans. Knights and lords alike died. I wondered if you too might not be claimed amongst their number in that time.
No. No, I was not.
Well, I'm glad.
There are a few things that the Nalbernese understand, brother. They understand death and power. They understand their god, devotion. They understand hard work. When Father had the right idea to send me south into the lion's den, only he did not know what it is that I would find. Those that I would befriend down there. And the gifts that they would give unto us next. I have caught glimpses, brother, glimpses of entire places beyond Nalbren. These other worlds. Are you saying that you visited them as well?
I've been to them. Yes.
Which one of the paradises of the Imperium have you visited?
Cannot speak to paradise. I have seen harsh lands, cold lands, lands filled with great beasts, beasts we once long ago vanquished here on Nalbren. Yet those worlds had no knights, nor lords, no kings to protect them.
I have not been to Amensa, but I've been to Pastoria. A world that is entirely tamed. A world where agriculture rules, and they all bow down to the five-faced god.
You'll forgive me. There is no five-faced god on Nalbren 2 years ago. What has changed?
Our great lord and battler of giants, Nuada Silverhand, has been chosen by the five-faced god.
Chosen for what purpose?
Chosen to prove himself. There seems to be a hush in the room. These ecclesiastical concerns I leave to the bishops and to the Archbishop of Heroes, but to know that the conversion is underway on Nalbren and on the continent. There is something afoot in the heavens, and things have changed. This five-faced god, they said, was once a four-faced god, and once a three-faced god, and so on. It's as if the gods of law were all the same. Yes, and in the heavens, when the time of the five-faced god is in apex, the zenith of man, so too will the gods themselves join and become one. The lords of the Imperium have much sway. Some of their priests work miracles that have baffled even the pontiffs and the saints of our world.
I don't understand. It seems our whole world has turned their back on the gods.
No. We have received divine mandate. Says the bishop. You must feel it. There are great things afoot. Great beasts, they lurch towards the realms of men. And it is the five-faced god with the silver gauntlet of Nuada Silverhand that will keep them at bay and usher in a new age. A glorious age. An age of man.
Your words are strange to me, but I am not unreasonable. If there is revelation, if there is unveiling of new truth, then I would read it, I would hear it, I would study it. I would come to understand this new truth.
There's a crash of some guy in armor. It sounds like he's being thrown down a hallway. as some people bust into the room.
Oh yeah!
Sorry, I smelled some bullshit from the
And
hallway.
a bunch of
companions have arrived.
and a bunch of young priests go like, wait, to try to show you this.
We have our horse.
we have Lamry. They just keep on saying Lamry.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
The guys with the guns on tripods have all moved back, and these other guys are now pointing their guns towards it. Weapons are being drawn as
No. Do not provoke them. They come in peace.
Ish.
What is it?
Lemmy just looks around
bishop-
like, really?
What is it?
Who's he talking to?
My companions arrive.
The short, stubby creature. What is it? Is it a devil?
A dwarf. Like from the stories. Skilled with hammer and anvil, axe and shield.
Lokrik moves into the room and smiles a little bit as like everyone's kind of jumpy around Lokrik.
He's like, yeah, finally someone's intimidated by me. Yeah.
Right. I'm with them.
The bishop raises his hand and he's casting a spell.
At who?
General area of the front of the back of the room. Give me a spellcraft check.
Spellcraft? Fuck, you better careful, buddy. But you get your ass blown up.
Yep. It's a simple spell.
15, 16, 17.
Okay, it's exactly what you need to realize what spell he cast. He called upon Nuada Silverhand
35.
to detect chaos.
You're gonna be detecting a lot of shit
Starts
just
laughing.
now.
Uh-oh.
You just
Oh, this is going to go poorly. You could just, yeah. Galath, your friend there, is doesn't like.
He's gonna get his shit pushed in.
It's friends.
Okay, I think the only chaotic person in that group is Uker.
Yeah.
So he currently detects the presence of chaotic beings.
A chaotic being.
Hold is what he says. Hold fast. Let Nuada be your judge. I don't know if you understand. Have you guys all?
I still have spare. How long has it been? It's gonna last for almost 2 hours for me.
Okay, yeah, it's been
Really
about
fun.
an hour of moving around the castle and that sort of thing. But
Yeah. Also, Gar understands nothing. He's just been waiting for Galath to use his "fuck you" tone.
all right.
Duncan, please.
As he's concentrating, everyone seems to be waiting for him to concentrate.
He's just detecting chaos.
Uker's going to step out in front of everybody else. He knows it's him.
Okay.
Do not judge this wild man too harshly.
Wild
From
man.
a barbarous world.
What barbarous world? Have you seen where you're from?
He has a barbarous look to him, says the bishop.
It is true. But he has a stout heart and a loyalty to him.
And a werewolf within him.
And how many hit dice are you? You're 11?
I'm 11. I got lots. I am not aligned, although I don't know what. In werewolf form, it might be real bad. I don't know.
I don't think so. Unless you're not undead or outsider.
Yeah.
Oh, they migrated this page over, but they lost the table when they migrated. Weird.
Is it on Detect Evil? Because that's probably where it is.
Yep. That's what I'm looking for, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Then D20, or there's the other SRD page.
Yeah. Detect. Evil. Pathfinder.
You know, Galath, I will beat all of their asses, right?
I'm trying to calm them down, he says back in Icelandic.
The bishop shifts a little bit. It is the wild man. His word and bond should not be trusted, is what he says over his shoulder towards Lord Marshal Leon. Leon just nods.
What'd the buddy boy say?
He said you're not to be trusted.
Quite so.
I gotta agree with you.
I don't like the look
You're
of his face.
I gotta admit with it. You got this thing on you.
Okay, the three dogs that were sitting down also get up and they're growling.
Call myself.
Uker's gonna tell the dogs to shut up and dog. Hey, you shut up!
Okay, give me
He's
a
gonna growl at the dogs.
give me
This is not helping my case, is it? Actually,
give me a handle animal.
No,
diplomacy?
it's not.
Yeah, because you're actually.
Oh, because you can talk to them. I think they need an int for you to diplomacy though, or unless it's a,
no, it's part of the. It's the werewolf thing.
Give me a diplomacy. The dogs are hostile towards wolves, so you're trying to make them.
24.
Okay, so you made them not attack. They're still kind of a little bit growly at you, but they're not like salivating to attack at this point in time.
I'm barking at the dogs in court.
You're pretty certain that had you been any louder or maybe a little more startling, some of these guys with the guns might have fired at you, but the bishop moves back from you when you start yelling, and he's making weird like holy symbols in front of it, like sigils in his air, like trying to ward away from you, and his warrior priests come and close the gaps. Actually, some of them drop the balls of their flails onto the ground and like they're ready to.
And Galath is kind of like reaching up and like pushing people's hands back.
Okay.
Like,
Really, Uker? Really? This is really helping your case.
Well, they were.
Says the little elemental.
Yeah, the
There's
earth
one on the
elemental.
tripod of a gun pointing down at the little elemental at this point in time.
They were talking shit. What was I supposed to do?
Try not to frighten them. Please, be on your best behavior.
I haven't. 2 teeth missing. That's it. They're all okay.
You should be careful with these ones, my lord. They did not go to the lands of the Imperium. They do not speak in the tongues of those lands.
Can I detect evil on the ground? As a move action?
The lands of those that they conquered long ago.
So is she evil?
Give me a caster level check.
What?
Haha.
Mm-mm.
She doesn't like it when you detect her absolute freak of chaos. Look at that face. Look at that Poonam there. I'm pretty certain rubbing bogeys on the wall is automatic chaos.
So I get a
points.
29 on my castle level? Check.
You didn't need to spend the mythic. You actually made it.
Oh, okay.
Because it's 11 plus the DC of the caster level. So yeah, with your 26, you got through 15th level. Yep, you are detecting evil. Is this the one that it all happens at once, or
And
is
it's
it?
a move action. Yeah, I instantly get all the info immediately.
Okay, just let me look at the chart. And you were targeting
The
specific-
crown, yeah.
Yep. Oh, as I go and visit the page that doesn't have the chart.
Right. Damn it.
Yay!
Moderate evil coming off of her.
Moderate evil.
And you also felt the presence of like something trying to keep you from seeing it.
And lies! There's the power of lies on top.
This one is deceptive. She hides her evil under magic. How come she sit in this hall?
She's useful, says your brother.
And he thinks he's good.
Quiet. She goes over and spits in her hands and starts rubbing one of the crowns.
See, let me just looking at
spit
Lokirk and
around
Uker like, so when are we gonna kill the crone? He's just like looking like, now?
You have ill counsel, brother.
Now?
Okay, he has a look on his face that he doesn't want to talk about that anymore.
We'll beat every single ass in the room if you want me to.
As Lord Marshal, I've had to make many decisions that are not popular, but that are for the good of the realm. Nalbren is not known for having many magicians. And he glances towards her. We make do.
Keep translating. Let me.
Oh, right. He's saying that ugly thing over there is evil, and that he doesn't care because there aren't many of them, and they just make do with whatever there is. And he has to make hard decisions that aren't favorable.
Bring you half a dozen sorcerers if you wish.
Really looks like a prick to me. That's not translated, that one.
If that is an option, and if that is something that you have at your disposal...
There are many things out there, brother. Worlds upon worlds. You and I have only seen a handful. So much possibility.
There's no invisible creatures in this room aside from us, correct?
See invisibility, give me a perception check.
Okay. 36.
To travel with me those who can work such wonders, the likes of which even the story is never told.
Okay, there is a tiny invisible fox behind her. There's a cute little fox. There we go.
You have to kill that prick.
You can borrow the one from my evil character. There we go.
Tiny or small?
Oh,
buddy?
look at that! Look at
Just
Oh,
leave
look at
Oberon
it.
here! Bye, Oberon!
Marty,
yeah, it's hiding behind the.
How do you hurt that guy?
But it is invisible.
Yes.
Like it's sticking its head out, watching, and he's so
Okay.
so devious. Foxes are evil.
I don't want the witch is a witch. I know.
Right.
I know.
Yeah, Galath, a witch is a witch. I mean, seriously. What kind of shit is this?
You speak of sorcery. You say that you've been to other worlds, yet none of the worlds of the Imperium. I fear that I must ask the bishop to prove that you are my brother. I have seen some wizardry that could, as they say from the storybooks, convince a dwarf to give up all of his gold. And he's looking at Locrick's reaction. Locrick's just stoic-faced, stone-faced, not betraying anything, leaning on his axe. Locrick's...
Look at me, I'm a bard king.
Locrick's bluff is plus 24. Locrick's ready to kill all these people at Galath's command. He gets a 39 on his bluff. But he's also willing to, like, if Galath's command is to be friends, that sort of thing. Yeah, he's not betraying. He's not going to give in to any sort of...
if we're talking about that, Uker wants to punch the bishop in the nose.
Lemmy is waiting. As much as you can tell off an elemental, Lemmy's looking for a go sign.
As you wish. I've already given my consent.
And
the bishop... I have already taken his blood. Do it in front of me.
Where's
he wipes
Oberon?
the blood away. Oberon's flying on his carpet off to the side. He's way up,
he's
way
over
up
there.
in the air. Yep.
Okay.
There is a dude
He's
with a
recast his
bow
invisibility?
that seems to be yeah, he's used his epic invisibility several times, so I'll just take off 2 more mythic points. There's a guy with a bow that seems to have command over the dogs. And then Uker knows that one dog, the number 1 dog, is the leader of those 3 dogs, and it did not respond to your diplomacy check. Like not as much. It's a much stronger beast.
He's a yeah.
An advanced dog.
Spend the next 5 minutes growling at the dogs.
The bishop then goes over and asks for your hand, Galath.
While he's doing this shit, Uker starts fiddling with his stuff. He's making.
He's asking that his brother asked that bishop fella, the one with the funny hat, to take some blood off Galath so that he can prove it's his brother. I'm translating.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do it. Keep doing that just in case I fuck it up. Lemmy's detecting magic.
casting
not
What's
a
the-
spellcraft on her.
It's spellcraft time.
Spellcraft. Let's see if you want to fight, bitch.
29.
Okay, it's Mage Hand.
Okay.
Oh my god, not me!
Okay. Mage hand.
Yeah, I'm 21. I know what she's
Okay,
doing.
the Mage Hand is got a little piece of cloth in it now, and is kind of hovering up behind the bishop.
Hold on. No, don't you dare touch Iker. Don't you dare touch Galath.
The bishop is casting
Lemmy
a
yells.
spell on the.
Lemmy yells at him. Don't you dare touch Galath. Hey, you get your scarf away from him. You're not getting any of his blood. You got that, witch?
She's now glaring at.
Now.
So that way, there's a little hovering cloth.
She's trying to steal a little bit of blood.
There's a Mage Hand with a cloth on it, and the bishop's already like got the needle.
So
in
it's
his
like
hand.
hovering right out to like catch the blood.
Yeah, it's hovering out like she wants the needle after the bishop's done with it.
Oh, okay.
The bishop is got the needle out, and he's saying, Nuada, tell us of how and who this blood comes from, for we all know that I pricketh it from his fingers. Tell us who he is. And
Okay.
you get a spellcraft check as he's casting a spell.
Audrey, I assume.
Blood biography?
Got 15.
Oops.
Here, I'll see if I...
I have no idea. Is it a cantrip?
26.
21 is blood biography.
Blood
Oh,
biography.
Who
I'll
are
write
you?
that spell.
The name by which the creature is most commonly known. Galath Silverhand. maybe.
Probably, yeah.
What are you? Gender, male, race, human, profession, role.
Knight of
Slayer of
Protector of the innocent.
Knight of
Knight of
Noir.
Noir,
King
yeah.
Slayer.
Kingslayer.
Kingslayer. What?
Kingdom modifier.
Nuada doth say that this is Galath of Caerbran, the Silver Hand as he is known.
Okay.
And indeed, the blood was shed before your eyes, Lord Marshal. Then it is my brother, and I apologize for such suspicion.
Display. Yes. No, it is all right, brother. I understand.
The handkerchief. Where is it?
I'm going to take that needle with my arm. I'm going to steal it from him as a combat maneuver, which he is not going to win. I am much better at this.
grab the needle as a little ghostly hand with handkerchiefs trying to
Nope.
maneuver.
Yeah, the
its way.
silver hand just goes. I just take it. It's mine now.
The bishop seems to be kind of he doesn't do anything, but he seems startled at your very fast movement. The knights jostle a little bit. The crone's grinning at Lemmy.
Now that you know who I am, put aside this little display.
The handkerchief just drops as she dismisses her spell. She's casting a different spell now.
Oh boy.
Spellcraft.
26.
It's a message spell,
20, yeah.
and she's trying to include Lemmy in the message spell. Are you
There's
resisting?
no save, so it just happens, I think.
Is
happens.
there a spell?
This is one of those I think this is an annoying one. Where you can just be a pain in the ass. There might be a save, but I think this is one of the
No,
ones
there's
where
no
it's just
save,
like...
no SR.
Yeah, it's just...
I said you were
Irritate
voices.
someone all day.
You wanted to talk to me, did you, little elemental? Perhaps we should have a conversation so that we shouldn't be rude.
If you want to say something, you can say it in front of my friends.
Ah,
What do you want to hide? What do you want to hide?
you are treading on thin ice here. What are you, a druid?
Oh, hit ice, you say. Apparently you've never heard of us. We're here to clean up. Make sure brother's alright.
Lord Marshal has no taste for druids. He does not like them.
What about witches? Does he like that? Oh wait, looks like he does.
Not since the winter of the bear.
Never heard of it. Don't care.
I think I automatically overhear this, but I don't think I understand what she says, which is shitty.
Perception DC 25 to overhear that she's
oh,
having a
no,
conversation with.
Yeah, I hear some of it. But, yeah.
But Lemmy's talking. You can understand what I'm saying, no matter what I'm saying.
I just hear the Lemmy side. I don't hear her side.
He's going like this. He's animated.
Soon we'll batter down this druid wall of yours and burn these thin wood.
Yeah, whatever. Well, sure. You can think whatever you wish to. I mean, it's funny talking to somebody who's, oh, whatever. That's fine. So, why are you here?
Why am I here? The Lord
Why are you
has
here?
already told you. I am here to provide him with the magic that he does not have.
Right.
Brother,
So often do you poison him?
I would remove
With
this
your words.
weakness from your midst, and I will offer you a replacement advisor who can be trusted.
We have a lot to talk about, brother. Perhaps we should do it over dinner. Your companions will be given quarters in the East Wing.
Very well.
Is that the moldy wing?
Yeah, yeah, that's the one that was facing inland. They can have free reign there. While you and I speak of things to come. It is...
Ask if the 5-phase guy has a temple somewhere.
Galath just kind of nods that.
We have much to speak of, and I could use my brother at my side as I finish trying to put the yoke about Nalbren.
Very well. We will discuss these matters and more. Much to tell you, and I'm sure you have much to tell me.
Good. What is that little thing that you're talking to over there?
It is a druid, my lord. Lord Marshal, it is a druid. They commonly take the form of elementals. This one can walk through walls, he can. Yes, can't you?
She says to you in a whisper.
He is one of my advisors, a close and trusted friend from another world.
Oh, and Galath, the one I'm speaking with is a witch with very malice intent. She likes to destroy lives and nations.
Galath is casting her another glance, like,
I suggest, brother, that you keep your counsel away from my counsel. They might mix like oil and water.
Yeah, we're the oil. We always end up on top.
Vosgard doesn't understand what she's saying.
Galath laughs, chuckles a little bit at the phrase that no one else understood except for his party. Very well. For the time being, I think that might be the best.
But never enter the South Wing. It's forbidden. Or the West Wing. Like, what's
Killed
that?
it.
What's Lucas doing there?
He's trying to build a wall.
Okay.
What a place. I don't like her at all.
He then this evening then. Let us dine together. We'll send, and he looks at the whatever it is that they prefer to eat, cooked or uncooked.
You should invite them
That was
with us.
he was looking at Uker when he said that.
You should invite them to eat with us.
Which is really funny, because if it was fish, it might be preferred uncooked, dude. There's a chance.
I'll take
I
tuna.
do not wish to be rude, but I will speak to my brother first. they can join us afterwards.
As you wish, Lord Marshal.
Your quarters, when you were a child, they have been largely untouched. You can stay there if you wish.
That will do. It has been long.
I hear that you rode in on horses. Fetch the horses and make sure that they're stabled. Yes, my liege. And see it that these barbarians and dwarves and druids are fed.
Treat them well. They are nobility from where they are from.
Dangerous.
Okay.
Let me just whisper that to the guy.
There are soldiers that are
yes, apparently
trying to offer, like, kind of lead the way sort of thing.
Yeah, you want us to go that way. I understand what you're saying. Just speak to me. It's fine.
If you will, we will show you to the east wing. There are still a few rooms that have good furnishings.
That's the moldy one, right? Actually, I don't understand him.
He says, yeah, Iker's asking if that's the moldy one. I think it is, Iker.
There are still some areas on the interior that are warm.
Great hospitality your king has.
He's not a king. He's Lord Marshal.
Yeah, whatever.
What is Altagar doing?
He's following Galath.
Just focus all firepower
So
on the
if
old
they try to do
throne,
a bad
dude.
thing to Galath, suddenly everything...
Well, a bad thing happens to them.
One of the acolytes,
The old
I believe
rigmarole.
his name was Virgil, goes in. I didn't catch them in time. I didn't realize they were on the east wing. And he gives you Lamry back.
Thank you. I appreciate your help, young one.
If you have time to pray, feel free to come to the Cathedral of Saint Tarth.
Yes, there are many things I must ask. Meditation, answers I must seek.
It is good that you are home, Sir Galath, says the bishop, kind of clutching your arm as he walks by. Lord Marshal, and there's lots of bowing and scraping as people are leaving. It's just just the seething is funny.
So I'm trying to decide what to do, because obviously these barbarians need to learn about civilization, and I kind of just thinking of taking all their cannons and throwing them into the sea, just wandering around, pick up the cannon, chuck it.
Okay. Are you guys doing anything nefarious or sneaky?
Galath isn't, but
between now and dinner.
Wherever they're putting me, I'm not staying there. I'm wandering around, being a dick.
Iker, would you mind just letting me rest for an hour?
oh, I'm gonna duel every
I'll do
freaking
it
person
right.
on Gajaria.
Okay,
Every time there's someone with a sword, we're dueling him.
I'd like to rest
Doesn't
for
matter
an hour,
how
and I,
fancier their outfit, the more fighting we're gonna be doing.
now that you know there's a crone around, I want to prepare for that.
Spend a mythic point for an hour's rest, but then I'm off to
Okay.
wander
So
around.
you spend a mythic point for an hour's rest. Are you doing any healing? Because
I'm going to before I'm going to prep that first circle into a cure.
Yeah,
light wounds.
I'll do
drink it.
I'll do channels because I think there's a bunch of people who have some injuries.
Okay.
I have 21 injured, or 21 damage or whatever. So I'll do a
Don't you
channel.
heal
or two.
like half your hit points when you do that anyway?
When I channel?
Oh,
do you mean?
No,
do
when
the
you
hour
when
rest,
you
yeah.
take an E for an hour.
Yeah, you heal
yeah.
your hit points.
Yeah. So
Oberon, this couple of the soldiers escort you to your room. They forget that you probably know where it is, but they make sure that you find it. You're kind of in the interior quarters of like where the lords live.
Okay.
Your sister's room is nearby. So is the big room with the map on it,
Okay.
which is kind of like a sitting area in this part of the castle.
Okay.
The Lord Marshal should have his chambers here, unless he's moved it to a more secure location. You're not sure. You don't see a lot of activity up here.
okay.
So
I
anybody
read-
see where the fuck the giant went?
Yeah, he followed Galath.
Yeah, Uber was
Alright.
able to smell Altagar.
Oh no, I'd seen invisibility
Yes, the
running.
invisibility.
right.
You know
I was just
exactly where I
watching him.
was.
It's like, hey, bud.
You know where Oberon's carpet was? You didn't see Oberon, but it was flying
Yeah.
around the room. So
There was a butt indent in their middle.
So I am going. I want to be really, really bad guest.
Fucking right. Let's do this.
I'm gonna pee on the tapestry, fucking piss on the tapestries or something. Knock it off. Knock it off.
why? This is Lokrik.
They are very frustrating little backwards people.
Why are you behind that?
This is Galath's home.
I know. That's why I didn't just.
You can do as you must.
Mm,
I'm going to remain here until Galath calls us. Unless there's something specific that we need to do.
I kind of want there to be less cannons.
They will belong to Galath shortly, so let's just keep that in mind.
Well, there is that boat out there. You guys did see one galleon rocking around in the winter waves in the
Cool.
harbor. Yep.
Interesting.
Just take it and go put it on top of a mountain. That would be funny.
It would be funny.
I'll bring back your boat. Just don't mess with us.
We'll hold the boat ransom.
Now we were waiting for you. We were waiting for you to figure out the strength of the hull of a galleon, whether or not you could pick it up without it like just snapping in half.
You'd have to use you'd have to
so-
tilt it and use like the spine.
So I would probably have to get huge to spread it out over a couple of the ribs.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but the old boats were built in a dry dock
Oh,
where they
Lemmy's
didn't
looking at
have a way
You know,
of
I
being
could-
distributed well.
I could probably fashion a cradle for it that you can carry it in. Otherwise, it'll snap in half.
Or a bunch of ropes. A bunch of really thick ropes.
Or I pick it up barely out of water, and then it's mine, and we go to. It might break.
You want to teleport with it?
Yeah.
Oh no! I can fashion a stone plate for it to sit in.
Lokrik's rubbing his head. I meant it as a joke.
Oh shit! Fine.
Go
fine.
better, Lokrik.
Let's just conserve our powers. Let's not let them know what we can actually do. All right. And let's not separate either. I'm not sure what this crone is up to.
They seem to be really bothered by my beard.
They were talking down to me in front of my face.
Yeah, Ukir, I'm aware. Just calm down.
He thinks because he has pointy hat, he can talk down to Uker.
He wasn't actually wearing a pointy hat.
I'm gonna get the.
My version of him had a pointy
I'm
hat.
gonna have the Sicilian home.
Okay, so Galath gets shown to his room. Oberon actually appears shortly thereafter. I cannot keep my invisibility up forever. Maybe I'll wait here in your chambers until you need me.
Very well. You shouldn't need to hide.
I think it's good.
He has like a really startled look on his face, like he doesn't like this place. This is your boyhood
Room. Yes, yeah.
There's like a rocking horse kind of pushed in the corner. You haven't used that even in years, but it just like as kids you collect toys and then end up not throwing them away when you,
Especially in a place where everything's like handmade.
yeah. There's a wooden rocking horse, and there's some of your clothes that are really like obviously too tiny for you, kind of hanging up. And
Galath picks up this old wooden sword, smiles as he looks at it, puts it back down.
Is this your chamber?
Yes. Long ago.
Altagar, you'll break the bed if you sit on it.
Oh, but I've been standing all day.
Altagar's here.
Perhaps Altagar could follow you around. Lemmy's ring will allow him to remain invisible most indefinitely. He'll have to recommand word it every. You are counting the right number of counts, right?
Yeah. When I get a chance.
It's all right. I appreciate the company in any case. It's strange being back here.
That throne room was very unfriendly. I don't mean to insult your family, I'm sorry.
No, you're right. That crone with which powerful evil concealed beneath some sort of magic. She must be dealt with. No doubt she poisons the mind of my brother, even now.
I'm real good fighting spellcat. No offense, Oberon, but you guys are dangerous to guys like me. So I've been learning to fight, mess them up with the magic. I'm real good. Oberon, go ahead, try and cast a spell.
As you're like sticking your fingers into his face. Cast a spell now.
Hey.
Chew on my thumb.
How about my thumb go up your nose, huh?
You're pulling his face apart.
No, that spell doesn't work, Bangkok!
Shoving his face in your armpit.
Actually, that is basically 2 for flinching, pretty much his combat style.
Right. Oberon just like he has this mortified look on his face.
That's all right, Oberon. It's just his brusque way. He doesn't mean anything by it.
I will wait here until you need me. I would be careful about the woman. I do believe that Lemio is right, that she is a witch.
I think that is all. I think that is true. At least it seems like it.
Yeah.
My fear is Morgana Center. The further and further we get into this, the more I see her hands and everything.
You want maybe she should take a nap?
If it comes to it, we end that crone's life.
Oh.
When it comes to it.
Oh, okay. That's what you think.
She was a foul rot in this castle.
Well,
Her
that
words
would
of
be the
poison.
smell coming off of her.
Yes, but worse than that. It is a corruption of the soul that she brings.
I will help defend you if she brings violence against you, but I'm not going to murder her, says Oberon.
Just look after Galath, make sure nothing happens to him.
Yes, I can block spells. He's struggling with this.
Purging those who serve evil is not murder.
He doesn't agree with you.
Well, make
Yeah, I kind of disagree with that too. There's
There is a difference between someone who does evil things, who sins, and someone who serves evil powers for the sake of it.
So, Oberon, Lemmy said she's a crone. What's a crone? Or is they just calling her old?
Just an old crone is... Crone means old woman.
That is a terrible way to talk to your elders. Shame on you.
Which, I said, damn it.
I believe the Lord called her a crone.
Your brother's somewhat disrespectful to his elders. I mean, Lord Marshal and all, that's fine, but still.
I don't think he likes her. I think he'd rather she not be here.
Well, maybe he was downwind.
You should learn more from your brother about what transpires in your home. I get the
I
sense
intend
that
to.
there is much that you don't know.
There might also be a lot he didn't want to talk about.
I haven't been to Caerbran since I was barely a man. And then I haven't been to Nalbren in 2 years. A lot can happen in that time.
Yes.
You're telling me.
And remember that it was the White Wizard that plucked us from dangers. All at the same time.
Yes. At least I think that's who it was now.
Oberon doesn't disagree with you. He may not know who Merlin is. He may know. I think there was some talk about Merlin's servants, those 3 permanent illusions that were.
Yes.
Yep.
Merlin's 3 acolytes, or. So yeah, there was talk of it. He sure, you want to call him Merlin? That's fine. Uker calls him Tsaga Nabugan.
Tsaga Nabugan.
Right.
Oberon is just going to stay put in your chambers.
All right. Be safe here.
I'll take our.
I'm going to go take a look at my sister's room. I don't think she's there right now, but
I'll be right behind
she's
you.
up in a tower. But at least maybe I can get some clues about what was going on.
I'll be right behind you in case you need some backup.
Thank you.
Just remember, I don't speak the same language as you and the others, so you kind of got to give me a signal. Otherwise, I just got to wait till you get the tone or make the face.
Okay. You go down the hall to your sister's room, and you realize that there are people going in and out of your sister's room. There are some old ladies.
Galath is not. His armor's been retracted, so he's just wearing his normal.
One of them looks up.
Do I recognize this person? Is it someone from the castle when I was younger, or
like an old scullery maid?
maybe?
She's looking at you. She does a servant's curtsy.
Mm-hmm.
My lord?
A skirtsy.
What does it become of Genevieve's room?
Genevieve is in. Oh, she must be foreign. She's got a Lion's Den accent. She is not here, my lord. She looks at you like confused, like you wouldn't know.
Where does she stay now?
Are you here to see the heir?
Yes.
You can hear some baby fussing in her room.
Yes, I'm here to see my nephew.
I need a good name for your nephew.
Rufus.
Hugo.
Hugo Rufus. I need a good Nalbrenese name for your nephew.
Hugo.
He actually was from the area of the. He'd be like a Welsh name might be appropriate.
Okay. Oh boy, look at all those consonants.
Oh god, it's too long.
Gawain.
Gawain's good, yeah.
Gawain's not bad. Geralt is a Welsh name. Gareth is a
Jaeger.
Welsh name.
Pardon,
That's
my
awesome.
lord, you said nephew?
I did.
Are you the Lord Marshal's brother?
I am.
We'll say hello to Gawain. Gawain is now 2.5 years old.
Galath smiles and looks into the little crib.
Marty,
Mm-hmm.
is the similarity between this accent and the previous person who was talking about the Empire's accent, is that
Yeah, I think so.
coincidental, or is that intentional?
You don't know, but I'm
I'm not even in the room.
Yep.
It's they're speaking the Franglais, this one.
Yeah, the people from the Lion's Den have a very similar accent to
A certain
Vardon.
je ne sais quoi.
Yep.
Je ne sais kill
Or
the
not.
party.
This isn't upside down. What are you talking about?
Hers is, well, she's also trying to speak Nalbernese, and it's
Yeah.
Right.
accents are a little bit different, but yeah, they go and prop up. It looks like he has just been fed, but we can interrupt the young lord's nap. He was not napping very well after all, she says, and she goes.
There's no need to wake him.
plucks up this little plump baby. You can't tell whether it's your family or not because it's a plump little baby.
2.5 years old.
2.5 years old.
He's walking around, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Trust me.
He's in this full like head to toe kind of suit